All right, hello there. Hey, I'm extremely enthused. I just got this box delivered today from a French place. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it's a gravity coffee pot by KitchenAid. I'm not a coffee snob, but I like a good cup of coffee. I grind my own beans, and there is no comparison, in my opinion, with the taste and the flavor and the richness of the coffee you get out of one of these gravity pots. So let's go ahead and open this up here. I just thanked the UPS driver, gave him a little bit of a breakdown of what it is. And I'm real happy. This was just ordered this weekend. It's only Tuesday, and it was a quick delivery. I was hoping it would have come early in the week so I can start making that coffee. All right, so here it is. It is a KitchenAid. Get this out of the way here. All right, here we go. Awesome. All right, now I've used a less expensive version, Yama brand. This here is KitchenAid, a little bit higher price, but what's nice about this one is it has the electrical circuit built into the base with its own switch and plug. The other coffee pot, gravity pot I put it on the range top, but here with the burners, the flame gets a little too high and it's melted the handle of that other coffee pot. So figure, let me go with the self-contained unit. And if you're really into these, you can go shop online, Amazon. They've got all kinds of chemistry set looking coffee kits. You can get, if you're into steampunk, you can find one that's pretty interesting in the steampunk style. All right, here you go. Here are the filter. I don't know how many got here, maybe one, maybe two filter pads. Got the instructions. Oh, this is just great here. All right. Now this looks like this is part of the filter that fits in between the upper globe and the lower carafe. All right, here's a looks like a cleaning brush, measuring cup, and of course you have to keep this clean here. That's one complaint you might see about these is you have to clean them up a little bit. Folks also say it makes a little bit more of a grainier or a grittier cup of coffee. All right, doesn't really say which way is up here, but I assume it's well enough packaged. All right, this is pretty substantial here. Here's the carafe. Here's the glass globe. Let's unwrap this. Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely has a good substantial feel to it. It says 8 cups here, but I found in the coffee world, it seems as if each cup is actually only 5 ounces. I like a good 16-ounce cup of coffee. So you figure 8 5-ounce cups, 40 ounces. That'll certainly provide 2 16-ounce servings easily, and then some. Here's the switch. Okay, I'm certainly going to read the instructions here and make sure I do it correctly, but definitely nice look here. This brushed, I don't know if it's stainless, but it's got a good industrial, commercial grade feel to it. All right, here's the base station here. Here's where the electric goes. And this looks like what the coffee pot sits on here. Got a 3-prong polarized plug. It's a good gauge wire. And I'm sure, yes, you see, these two pieces, they interconnect. I'll make sure I get the instructions right here, and then I'll come back and show you how you do it with a little tutorial or a brewing demo. I'm the kind of guy that does read the instructions. All right, here is the upper globe. Obviously glass. Here's the handle. Here's the tube through which the heated coffee, as it starts to boil in the lower carafe, it will then seek the air and it'll go up this inner tube into the upper globe. The filter sits in between and the coffee grinds are here on the top. Then as the temperature cools, the pressure will reduce down below, and then the coffee will drain back down, leaving the grinds behind. It's got a good feel. Now I understand that it's a locking mechanism, so this handle is used to lock it into place in the carafe here. More or less like such. And I believe it's got a magnet here, so that holds the pieces together nicely. All right, now I understand there's also a stand for this. So, you know, this seems like it's pretty well thought out. Here's a basic plastic base within which this portion can be stood upright. All right. Here's looks like it's the lid. So there's a right way and a wrong way, or there's a right way and many wrong ways. Okay, there we go. Okay, just simple top. And that looks like all we got. I'm going to go ahead and acquaint myself with the setup here, and then I'll come back with the tutorial video. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take this KitchenAid Siphon coffee maker and go ahead and brew some delicious coffee. For personal servings, I use about 16 ounces of water, filtered water. I've already poured the water into the carafe. I've got my ground coffee here. And here is the little filter. I use the filter pad. I'm going to go ahead and set that in the upper globe here in this stand base. You want to make sure you push it in. You push it down and you twist it. It should lock in place. You want to make sure it's secure in the bottom. Secure and not going to budge. You're not going to pop out with any kind of pressure. So let's go ahead and take this globe here. Now, there are a few magnets here, and it creates a positive lock in the carafe. So let's go ahead and set that in our carafe. You might need to twist it a little bit, but you want to make sure it locks in place. You want to make sure that the seam here is even all the way around. It's not tilted or canted, but it's an even connection. Take my ground coffee here. Smells nice and good. Go ahead and pour it in. I'll shake off the handle in case any of the coffee grinds get caught on there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. One thing I found with the lid is it just doesn't seem like it catches very securely. It's simply plastic, and it looks like it's got some little mechanisms on here. This can be used both for the sphere as well as for the carafe itself, and just set that right in place, right on top as so. Now, we're going to go ahead and power it on here. It's plugged in, and you've got the power switch, which is connected to the base plate, and it's just simply to press it down to the on position. You'll see there's a LED light that illuminates when you have power. Now, you don't have to monitor the coffee brewing. You can let it do its thing. It will go ahead and turn off when it's ready. But what it's going to do here is it's going to begin to warm up. You can hear it, and the water in the lower carafe is going to start to be heated. All right, after a little while, you might see steam forming on the inside of the glass down below. You eventually might see some bubbles forming, because what's happening is the pressure is increasing as the water temperature is rising. You can see some condensation forming and dripping down the inside of the carafe, and that water is going to be forced up the inner stainless steel tube. Up, as you see it, it's immersing and soaking into the coffee grinds in the upper chamber, and now we have some bubbling. It's roiling. Now you see the steam forming up above. This is heating the coffee grinds to extract all the goodness into that water, and it'll be boiling and roiling for a couple minutes. Most of the water will leave the lower carafe and move into the top. Not all of it. You'll still have some churning and bubbling below. So the grinds in the upper globe, sphere, are going to be churning and boiling. Now the switch will turn itself off automatically. The temperature down below will reduce. It will form a vacuum, which will begin to pull or drain the water down back through the tube into the lower carafe, leaving the coffee grinds behind in the upper chamber. All right, you'll see it will start to happen gradually. And then when it's all done, you'll get a little fanfare of bubbling and swirling down below. And here it comes. You hear a little rush of air. It's moving down below. A lot of churning, bubbling. And there you have it. At this point, it's safe to take the sphere off the top. A little resistance to remove it. You can set that back in the holder, the stand or the base, and set it aside. Let it cool off and then clean it. And there you have a nice hot cup of Siphon brewed coffee ready to be enjoyed. Smells great. There is a little lip, or a significant lip around the opening of the carafe, so it always tends to leave some liquid behind. Just keep in mind when you clean it and when you pour. Enjoy.